I want to update the pull cord here. I got to figure out how to get to the pull cord mechanism. It's right in here. You can see that's exactly where the string is going in. And if you look at the pull string right now, you can see the previous owner, or one of the previous owners had actually spliced it instead of replacing. It must have broke. And as a quick fix, it looks like they spliced it instead of actually replacing the cord. So I'm sure that's pretty much of a no-no. And you can see down here, it's gotten all frayed too. So it really does need to be replaced. Okay, the first thing I need to do to gain access to the starter recoil is to remove the muffler. And the only thing holding the muffler on is actually 7 springs. There's 1, 2, 3, plus 4 on either, on the sides here, over here. So I'm going to just start off by just pulling the springs off. Crud they put there to seal it up. Okay, so the next thing you got to do is take this fan shroud off, which is held on by these 2 hex screws right here. So we're just going to go ahead and undo those. And don't lose those. So we'll just put it down right there. Okay, so now I'm going to take out this muffler can. I need to take that out to get access to this shroud. I really don't have good access to the shroud unless I take this out. But there's only 2 bolts down here. 2 bolts down here that need to come off. Yep, those 2 bolts right there. So I'm going to take those off now. Okay, so those 2 bolts needed to come out, which I got off, and now this rubber piece is grabbing onto the chain case. So I just got to pull that off, which I've already started here, but just so you're aware. And now it should just lift right off. I don't want to lose these washers. Not sure if I will lose the washers. They seem to be okay, so I need to get this shroud off. To do that, there's just these little cleats, plastic cleats, one down in here, one over here, and one down here. I believe that's it, to get this off. So if I just pop those free, we should be good. Ooh, let me drop it all back in. Let me get this one. There we go, got that one. Let's get this one out. And you can see the fan now, exposes the fan. And actually you can see the starter rope right in here. And you can see my wonderful cut that I just got, which is why I should be using gloves. Lesson number 2. Okay, so now I have access to the bolts that hold on the starter recoil. And I'm going to take that off. You can see the throttle assembly is actually attached to the recoil case cover here. So anyway, it looks like there's 4 hex bolts holding on the starter this recoil cover, so I'm just going to start undoing those right now. First one's buried under here. It's really hard to see. I'll just start with that one, hardest one first, I guess, right? Okay, so I ended up taking the outer screws off of the cover first, which was really a mistake. The first screws to take off are these right here. You do not need to remove the actual throttle assembly from this cover. You want to take this cover off first from here, then you can free up the starter recoil. Learn from my mistakes. So I'm just going to take the 4 screws off here, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then I should be able to free up the starter assembly. So now throttle assembly is off. Okay, so now the only thing holding the starter recoil in is the string. So I am just gonna, I'm not gonna try to untie this knot or anything. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this. Actually, the shorter I cut it, the better. Just cut it right here. Strong shot. Okay. Now I can pull it. Oh, just recoiled. Okay, there it is. This looks a little different than Pasty Boys. Okay, so looking at the starter recoil mechanism, you can see there's actually a little metal piece in here, like a wedge, that locks the rope in on the other end. You have to take that wedge out in order to get the rope out, and it'll lock the new starter cord rope that you put in. So I already released it, but I pushed it back in so you could see where it goes in, and the way to get it out is, once it's jammed in there, is to grab the end of the rope and just pull real hard. It helps to have a good pair of pliers to do that. So once the piece comes out, though, you can just take it out of there, set it aside, and now you need to pull the rope out somehow, and it might make sense to have somebody help at this point. So this could be a little dangerous. Go ahead. I'll hold it. I'll hold it with my thumbs. Go ahead. There you go. There you go. So now it comes out. There's the old rope. Okay. Okay, so now we have the starter recoil with the old starter cord out. It's in its completely relaxed position now. The spring has no tension on it. So the idea right now is we want to wind this up and then slide the new rope through the entry hole and actually through the reel into here and lock it in. I'm going to take a guess now and say we probably want to wind this up about 7 rotations. We'll start with that and see where that leaves us. Hopefully it'll be enough recoil. I think it doesn't really matter exactly how much, you just need enough so you can pull, start it, and then it pulls enough rope in. Okay, so I'll do it by hand, and obviously it's going to help to have, actually let me count. Okay, so I'll use that as my counter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wonder if I should stick with 5 or go for. Okay, here we'll do 6. Okay, 6, and I'll pull it back. Just okay. So now slide the rope in through the hole. Yep. Nope. Yeah, twist it. Yeah, there you go. That should do it. Yep. Oh, you got it. Okay. So slide it through a little bit. Okay. That's good. Okay. Grab the metal wedge. No, there it is. Yep. Okay, the wedge goes like that. This. Oops, I actually have it upside down. This goes down here, and it grabs the rope this way. Tip it. Okay, so like that to start, and then actually let's get a little bit more rope in there. Okay. Okay. Give me a flathead. Flathead, yeah. Okay, so now I'm just gonna push that in, wedge it in, and actually probably help to pound it with a hammer a little bit or something. Okay, so the way to get that wedge tightened up in there is to just pull on the rope real hard. It'll have a tendency to lock the rope up tighter. So give it a good pull. Go ahead, pull. Yep. Go ahead, pull. Okay. That should be locked in there good, I think. Is that good? Did you pull hard? Okay. Okay, so now let's let the rope recoil now. Give some tension to the rope. Okay. Okay. That's probably pretty good, because by the time that's in, right, it'll have to pull back to there. Okay, now that we have our starter recoil with the string all coiled around it, this is the first thing that has to get screwed back in. So we'll just put this back in place, swing the throttle out of the way, and make sure you put it back in with the string pointing towards the where it has to ultimately come into the sled. Okay, so now that you have the string wound around your starter recoil, you got a little piece of the string hanging off, of course, enough to pull through. Yep. You need to screw the first thing is screw the starter recoil back on with the hex screws, not with the Phillips heads. Get them all in loose first, and then you crank down on them after you got them all in. Okay, now that the starter recoil housing is back on, now I'm reattaching the throttle assembly back to the starter recoil cover. So just put all 4 Phillips heads back in. Try to put them in good and tight. Okay, so once you get your pull string pulled through, you pull it through here. It didn't show actual me doing it, but slide it through here, tie a knot, and just clip off the end, and you're good to go. Got tension all the way back up into here, and then you want to put on your put your shroud back on, put your muffler back on, and the can exactly the opposite of the way we took them off, and then you can give your pull cord a try. Okay, that's all.